Shane Ryan in position, waiting for Marjula. Just holding up the starter fraction over at the 1400 metres. Now it moves forward and they're all set. First race of the night, gates are back and they're racing, and down on the Bayou came out awkwardly. He really fluffed the start and missed it by 10 lengths. Away quickly, Marjula up on the outside of Rio Anju. He travels strongly in the initial stages. Tappy Sue is between them. They were followed by Early Motion and 5 lengths away to down on the Bayou as they run their way down the back straight. And Rio Anju through on the inside of Marjula travels keenly against Pat Dobbs. In third, over on the inside is Early Motion. Outside of it, Tappy Sue. And down on the Bayou has made up good progress. Moves up on the outside. 26-26 was the lead as they turn off the back, and the favourite Rio Anju shows the way. Still very keen against the rider. It's tugging away by a neck here over Marjula. Next of all, Early Motion down on the inside, looking for a little bit of room down under Bayou. Up on the outside of Tappy Sue. Towards the bend they come, and the front runner Rio Anju still shows the way. Marjula up to its bridle on the outside, down on Bayou after that tardy start is being ridden along. Then came Early Motion and Tappy Sue, but they straightened up, and Rio Anju is the front runner. Dobbs looks to have plenty of horse underneath him. He gives it a little bit more rein and she shoots out by 2 lengths over Marjula. Next of all is Early Motion, a gap 2 down on Bayou, but Rio Anju ups the ante in the late stages, kicks away, and the Honour Code filly is going to absolutely annihilate them on debut. It is Rio Anju going through her gears nicely, although she probably only got to third. It is Rio Anju wins by 5, second Marjula, a gap off to Early Motion, followed by down under Bayou, and then came Tappy Sue. 126.25 unofficially. 126.25 unofficially will be the time here, and so we're almost set to go now. This is the running of race number 2. Gates back, they're racing. Ka-Chow missed it by 3 lengths away quickly. Gun Dog Do and Heraldic being pushed up there in the early part. Davy Lamp bounced away well, but caught out very wide as they hit into the dog leg. And now Eddie Salat is driven up there by Dane O'Neill. Just off them is Untold Secret, followed by Guernsey, then Trenchard. Next in Prison, and 4 lengths away last of all is Ka-Chow. Into the back straight they go. Heraldic is up on the outside of Eddie Salat with the inside rails advantage. Next of all, Gun Dog Do exposed 3 wide. Between horses is Guernsey, the inside then is Untold Secret. Davy Lamp followed by Imprisoner. Then came next of all Trenchard, trapped out deep, and Ka-Chow back at the rear. 24.84 was the lead section as they turn down the side, and it's still Heraldic with his nose in front. Hasn't been able to cross Eddie Salat, who kicks up again on the inside to almost join it. Gun Dog Do is being pushed around the outside but travelling into it okay. Next of all, Guernsey looking for room. Davy Lamp outside of it. Then came Trenchard going up 4 wide, followed by Untold Secret, Imprisoner, and Ka-Chow back at the rear. They're compact to the top of the straight, and Eddie Salat is the first horse beaten by the looks. It's dropped back as going around the outside, Davy Lamp, and now Trenchard comes into it strongly. They were followed by Heraldic, then Guernsey finishing on, then Imprisoner, and Ka-Chow is beginning to launch from well back in the race, but it is Trenchard going by Davy Lamp. Down the outside, Ka-Chow, followed by Guernsey, then came Imprisoner, but it is Trenchard who really races away in the late stages. Ka-Chow is going to be a good run in second after bombing the start, but it is Trenchard who sails home and wins by 5. Second is Ka-Chow. Third across Davy Lamp, then Guernsey, followed by Imprisoner, then Untold Secret. Well back was Heraldic, and Eddie Salat has come in a long last. Ahead of it was Gun Dog Do. Trenchard almost ready for the running of race number 3, and Mulfith, the international favourite, to come along, and we'll be right to go. So they've loaded up quickly here for the Friday race number 3. A little bit of concern with one of the horses drawn out wide. Seems to settle now. All attendants clear the stalls. Now they're racing. Fairly even break out wide on the track. Shanna High City is ridden up towards the front. Mulfit jumped away nicely on the bridle. Over on the inside, Elder Aya is going to hold up, and also Alamala coming across, then Mauser. They were followed by Elvis between horses. Next of all is Iskandarani. They were followed by Yasser the Poet. Getting back in the field was Luxor Temple. And back at the rear of the field is Basilar as they run down the back. And the front runner, Shanna High City, doing it quite well, out by 3 lengths. 25.34 was the lead. Running around the outside to second is Alamalik, followed by Mulfit. It's given a bit of a trail now. Down on its inside then is Elder Aya. They were followed by, next of all, as they come off the back straight, is Iskandarani. Then came Lady Snaz, who's just working off the fence. They were followed by Elvis, who's in a little bit of trouble. Around the outside of it as they turn off the back, Yazza the Poet, then Mauser, and Basilar's back with the tail end as they come down towards the top of the straight. In fact, it's going to be pulled up, and ahead of it as they turn in is Luxor Temple. Shanna City has gone further clear as they come to the top of the straight. 500 metres out. It's out by 5 lengths over Alamalik in the second position. Mulfit with us work to do now. It comes to the outside, chases this leader who gets a little bit weary. Elder Iowa's next and a gap away in the field then to Iskandarani. It is Shanna City solo in the front. Mulfit tries to run it down, knuckles down. Over on the inside is Alamalik. It is Shanna City in front. It's coming after it quickly now. Mulfit on the outside is going to gather it up. Mulfit looms alongside, goes straight by Shanna City, and 3 for Watson and Dobbs, half the card. Mulfit wins it. Second, Shanna City, a daring ride, good run. Third's going to be tight. It is between Alamalik and also Elder Aya. A gap off in the field to Iskandarani, followed by Elvis. Then came next in Lady Snaz, followed by Luxor Temple, then Yazza the Poet. Well back was Mauser, and at the rear, Basilar. Rodani goes into the barrier stalls. Thank you, Tom. They begin to finish off the load process here. Portamento with the black cap comes along. Wadi is moving along for Dane O'Neill, and Pop the Hood will be the last to go forward. So we're almost set to go. Reached by Golf News. 1,200 metres the journey. Starter looks across the line. So they're set. Now they're racing, and Lytham St Anne's off the inside, fired away quickly. There's a bit of heat from out wide. Rodani goes forward. Wadi also drives up there. Portamento is just going to ease off the speed. Between horses, Pennsylvania Dutch. Pop the Hood is trapped out very wide, and back to the rear went Lansky as they speed off the back straight. And Rodani's come across and gone to the front. Wadi to second, then Pennsylvania Dutch. Out 4 wide, Portamento. Pop the Hood is 5 wide, dropping in behind them now. Lytham St Anne's. They're going pretty hard, and Lansky was back at the tail. 24.63 was the lead. They come to the top of the straight, and Rodani is a narrow front runner over Wadi up on the outside. Pennsylvania Dutch being pushed along. Just off it is Portamento. Pop the Hood's been extremely wide. They were followed then by Lansky, and Lytham St Anne's has dropped well out of it. They turn in. Wadi is the leader. Down the outside, Pop the Hood, the American, begins to run on strongly, followed by Pennsylvania Dutch battling away. Next of all is Portamento, and running on Lansky, but Pop the Hood zoomed up on the outside. Wadi's not going to give in without a fight. It's Wadi over on the inside, lifting strongly under Dane O'Neill. Pop the Hood after the tough runs come to the end of its performance, and Wadi pulls away, wins by a length and a half over Pop the Hood. A very encouraging third, Pennsylvania Dutch, and running on Lytham St Anne's. They were followed by Lansky. Next in was Portamento, a gap to Rodani, who's finished up at the rear of the field. Just about ready now. Tried and True is the international favourite, although it's a very, very cramped international market. There's Walk in the Sun just backing away. Western French in the saddle in the colours of Phoenix Thoroughbred. Now they're right to go, all set. Starter sends them away at the 2,000 metres, jumping away well, galvanised off the inside. Moodalala now burning across his Walk in the Sun. Just in behind them, Welford early on. They were followed by Debashi, the black cap. Then came Ediger, Boada Baloin, and Tried and True, given plenty of time to settle, goes back to the rear of the field. Out of the straight they go behind Walk in the Sun, who shows the way, leading by a length. Galvanised quickly off the fence into second position. Next of all is Moodalala, who will probably just drop in behind Galvanised. They were followed by Welford down on the fence. Outside of it is Debashi's. They work up the side of the track towards the 1,400 metres. 2 lengths off to Ediger. They're fairly well strung out here. Then Boada Baloin, and back at the rear is Tried and True, who must be 25 lengths off the leader. 25.52 is the lead sectional, and Walk in the Sun is responsible for it. Walk in the Sun's out by 5 lengths over Galvanised second. Moodalal up on the outside in third position. Walford with plenty of room over on the fence, followed by Debashi. Next of all is Ediger, then Boada Baloin, and still last of all is Tried and True. about to come off the back and walk in the sun at just a second. Dirt Run, disappointing first up on the dirt last year, but doing it very well here tonight. Walk in the sun's out by 6. Welford creeping through on the inside of Galvanise. Next is Mudalal off the bit, being chased along to is Dabashi. Now making its move, Tried and True, travels very well with a big lead to pick up here, but travels into it strongly. Then Wadi, Baloin and Ediger, they come to the top of the straight. Walk in the sun, the front runner, 500 metres to go. Walk in the sun by 5 lengths over Galvanised. Welford picking them off now is Tried and True coming to the outside, followed by Dabashi, but still Walk in the sun. 350 metres to go, is out by 5 lengths. Tried and True begins to steam home. Wadi, Baloin is down the outside, battling away is Galvanised. Walk in the sun's getting weary, it's out by 2. Tried and True closing in strongly. Dabashi and Wadi, Baloin are finishing well. It's Walk in the sun. After it is Tried and True on the outside. It's finishing very well. Tried and True timing its run to perfection and gets up. Tried and True gets in by a neck. Over Walk in the sun. Third's tight Wadi, Baloin or Dabashi. A gap off then to Galvanise. They were followed by Welford. Then came Ediger and Mudalal. Starter in position. They're racing now. And Pirates Cove was on the back foot a little bit as the gates released. Missed it by a half length or so, and going back to the rear is Storyboard. Away quickly here is Gervais zooming up on the outside of Midnight Sands in the early stages. Geneticist, the red, up on the outside. Then came Meydan running for the pick 6 competition. Then came Storyboard, and back at the tail is Pirates Cove. Down the back straight they go. And the front runner moving up on the outside is Gervais, but holding it off the fence is Midnight Sands. 24.47 the first section. Next of all is Geneticist. They were followed by Meydan, just being chased along. A gap of 3 lengths to Storyboard, coming back after a long break. And over on the inside is Pirates Cove. To the bend they come. Midnight Sands is the leader, travels well. It's underneath the Gervais as they're about to turn in, followed by Geneticist. Now Meydan makes its move around the outside, looms into it large. They were followed by Pirates Cove and Storyboard. For home they come. Gervais is up on the outside of Midnight Sands, still travelling in the white over on the inside. Meydan now off the bit, but still chasing. They were followed by Geneticist, but Midnight Sands inside the final 250. Dobbs let the ribbons go and it raced away. It's out by 3 lengths over Meydan, getting to second. Runs past Pirate Cove, but there's history at Meydan tonight. Watson sweeps the card, 6 out of 6. Midnight Sands jogs up in the last by 5. Second Meydan, close up Pirates Cove, a gap away in the field. At least third was close up Gervais, followed by Pirates Cove. Then came Geneticist, and back at the tail was Storyboard. We believe for the first time at Meydan, a trainer has swept the card. So a memorable performance from Doug Watts and Pat Dobbs with 5 of the 6 winners. And Dane O'Neill with the other one. Midnight Sands always travelled very well over on the inside.